It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Wellness Wednesday! Happy Wednesday, you guys! More like a W like this. I hope you're having a great day so far. I'm off from work today because yesterday was my birthday, and I decided to take off, and we rarely do. But nonetheless, we're doing When Wellness because it's our favorite part of the week, baby. And I can't wait to tell you guys what we're talking about today. It's very interesting, and you would never guess with 100 billion guesses. You would guess one part of it, Super You. Okay, that's honestly the less important part. Much I love Super You, as great as it is. It sells itself, I don't need to sell it to you. But what is so fascinating is when you look at somebody that took Super You, their eyes change. And so then when I started seeing this, I was in the gym yesterday, so it made me think of this. And I was going to talk about biofield and all this stuff, energy being transmitted in a sixth sense that we don't understand. We'll do that next week, which is great. We do wellness every week, so we got plenty of time to talk about stuff. And I look forward to that. But the eyes, right? The gateway to the soul, as many ancient cultures have said, and which I think is true to a degree. I was at the gym yesterday morning, and I saw two guys there that have been taking Super You. Hey, Beethoven's going to knock my thing over. And I look him in the eyes, right? And I'm like, wow, this guy just took Super You. He's like, how you doing? You know, and not in a weird way, but I'm like, how was your Super You this morning? He's like, oh, great, man. I feel great. I just can keep going and going. And I'm in such a good mood and this and that. I'm like, I see that, right? I say, and that's awesome, man. I love it. The other guy's like, dude, that stuff you gave me has changed my life. I've been killing it the past month. I was in a little bit of a rut. Now I lost a bunch of weight and this and whatever. And that's all great. And I need to get some videos of these positive anecdotes and do a better job at marketing. But what is fascinating to me and what goes beyond Super You is the fact that you can tell so much from what somebody ingested or what they did by how their eyes look. And why is that? And why does that happen with Super You, that you get this wide-eyed glow? And what can we take from this, right? Most importantly. Well, in simple, when it comes to Super You, there are many, many reasons, scientifically, that it could make your eyes look like that, and probably would make your eyes look like that. You know, I was up late playing poker for my birthday, so maybe I look a little bit tired today, but nonetheless, I feel great. So don't think I'm not all wide-eyed. You know, I definitely am to some degree, and I took it at 5 a.m., so whatever. When it comes to the eyes widening in themselves, when it comes to them opening up, literally, we actually look at something like dopamine. We know dopamine for boosting feelings of motivation and reward and pleasure, right? It's also involved in attention and focus and things of that nature. When you feel good, typically, you're more willing to learn and excited, and you just do better mentally in general, right? Now, it's important to boost dopamine in the right ways and in the right regions of your brain, with things that are natural, like those that come in Super You, or exercise, or getting a lot of sleep, and eating good food, and all these great healthy things. But when it comes to Super You, and we're talking about dopamine, again, it's not just that happy feeling that makes you feel happy and then your eyes open up, directly affecting how you're processing light and retinal function, the function of your retina, which have a bunch of rods and cones and take in this light and process it, send signals to the brain, to the optic nerve and all this, which we don't have to talk about. But literally affecting your pupil dilation. So fascinating, right? And do a lot of healthy things seem to do this? Well, the answer is yes. This is very interesting. So what in Super You is increasing dopamine? Well, pretty much everything, to be honest, all 9 active ingredients. But namely something like creatine, the caffeine in the form of dicaffeine malate, sustained release, no crash jitters, right? And Alpha-GPC. Those would probably be maybe my top 3 for the dopamine boost. Theanine's up there too. It's more, maybe serotonin thing, but increasing levels of dopamine, literally opening up your pupils. So, your eyes appear a little bit bigger, if you will. You're taking in more light. And that's just a very fascinating thing, aside from how it makes you feel in general. Do your eyes reflect how you feel? Do you feel good and then it makes your eyes become a certain way? Maybe it's all a little bit of both, right? but it's very fascinating too, how when we talk about this pupil dilation, what else would promote that? Norepinephrine, epinephrine, aka adrenaline, right? And so that's the caffeine. It's majorly the caffeine, dicaffeine malate, increasing norepinephrine, epinephrine, and so the pupils dilate. And that makes some sense. But if you just have a lot of adrenaline and you're all hopped up, even in a situation in life, you might have the crazy eyes. You might not have just a wide-eyed, happy type of, transparent look, if you will, with a nice glow. And so in Super U, we balance that, of course, that increase in adrenaline in terms of aiming for the feel, not considering what the eyes are going to look like at first. This is just a byproduct and super fascinating, I think. With the L-theanine, right? And L-theanine is an amino acid you find in green tea and a mushroom species, Balaeus batius, and whatnot. Doesn't really matter. But it increases brain chemicals like GABA, makes you relaxed. Serotonin makes you happy. And so this gives you some sense of calmness and happiness and clarity and wakeful relaxation, as we say. And more than dilating pupils, it's not doing that. It's reducing stress and strain on the eyes. So fascinatingly, now it's reducing strain. They kind of relax and open up a little bit easier. And reducing stress in general and strain. Does it also do that? Are these some reasons that when we look someone in the eyes, you can tell a lot about how they're feeling at that moment? I mean, really, some food for thought here, right? Just super neat. Now, this isn't mentioning anything about focus, attention, memory improvements, all these things, other brain chemicals that obviously give you alertness and mental clarity in Super U, and it's a combination of really everything. But the blood flow with the citrulline malate, increasing nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is an amino acid, opens your blood vessels, right? So more blood going to the brain. We're talking about here in the eyes and everything, whatever. And your body, of course. But it's delivering other nutrients and all the nutrients in Super U. And also other nutrients that are in your body. Better to your brain, right? And so we're looking at things like the B vitamins, the creatine, the selenium, the vitamin C, which act to protect the nitric oxide because otherwise it could get broken down easily. That's why they're in there majorly. They work in synergy. Vitamin C for immunity, collagen production too, and whatnot. But all of these together, and the other ingredients, and the Alpha-GPC, improving focus, attention, and learning, and memory, and motivation, and arousal, and mood, when you're delivering all these nutrients to the brain, when you're improving blood flow to the brain, you're reducing strain on the eyes, you're opening up your pupils, you're accepting more light into your eyes. They make for some beautiful combination that helps you to appear happier, more relaxed, but focused, and with more vigor, and a look of just clarity, and most importantly, a feeling of clarity and long-lasting energy, right? But it's just interesting because what you eat, we always talk about, and with Super U, body composition and just directly how you think and tasks you can achieve and, what you can knock out for the day and go forever and not get tired and not be jittery and all this. And how you look, body composition again, but how you look in the eyes is a major, thing when it comes to transmissible information from one person to another. The eyes are the gateway to the soul. And what we're going to talk about next week is how you transfer energy to another person. How does Super U affect your biofield, your field of energy around you when you're around someone and you can just kind of feel them? And we'll get all into that, but you can feel a lot through the eyes. And what you feel with Super U is real. And if you guys have taken Super U, if you could comment on this, and tell me if you see that 30 minutes to an hour after you take it, it's just very, very, very interesting. Right? And what's even more interesting, I've seen this in people that, they're just healthy in general. They had a great day. Like we said, they got a lot of sleep, whatever. They're in a good mood and they're all wide-eyed and they have this glow and this and that. But in people that have had psilocybin from magic mushrooms, right? And they use this for, PTSD now and depression and all sorts of things. Great medicinal tool is psilocybin by the research to date. And people seem to also get that kind of glow in their eyes. So, you now understand why Super You will make you look like that. And most importantly, understand that what you put in your body, you're wearing it. You're wearing it on your face. And listen to that kind of stuff. Listen to how you feel. Listen to how you look. Listen to how you perform. But those are the three most important things to me. And maintaining mental, physical, and spiritual fortification of yourself will help all of those to be better, to be worn better on yourself, internally and externally. So, pretty neat. Who do we got on here? Let's say what's up to everybody. And we're going to rock and roll. Joseph, how you doing? Mr. Ralph. N.A., Dave, Beesham East, Fred, Ray, and Chapez. As for now, that's all we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. No, we won't. We'll see you Wednesday, baby. So used to saying that every day for 5 years. We will be there. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure when. But I will see you then. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks so much. And happy Wellness. You guys be well.